The glass got cracks in it, the stool got a lean. That old box in the corner still hums in between.
I came in off the dust with my boots full of miles. The jukebox was sleeping till it cracked into a smile.
Old songs in the rafters, old names in the smoke, played for a room full of shadows who remember every note. And the air got low like a prayer with no church.
I heard my own heart in the hurt of the verse.
Ghost whiskey bar, where the old songs stay.
Ghost whiskey bar,
They never fade away.
never fade away. Ghost whiskey bar,
Sing me through the dark,
sing me through the dark.
the bassline curled under like a cat in the rain.
A woman came drifting with a faraway refrain.
She sang me my trouble,
Soft as a blade,
said every hard love.
leaves a trace where it played.
And I looked up slow at the cracked mirror wall.
Saw 100 lost nights standing shoulder to shoulder. Ghost whiskey bar,
Where the old songs stay.
ghost whiskey bar,
They never fade away.
never fade away.
Ghost whiskey bar, sing me through the dark.
Sing me through the dark.
If I leave here tonight,
I won't leave alone.
that jukebox keeps calling.
Like a body of stone,
And the last note hangs there.
on a thread in the air.
Till the needle stops shivering. Nothing is there.
Ghost whiskey bar,
Where the old songs stay.
ghost whiskey bar,
They never fade away.
never fade away.
Ghost whiskey bar, sing me through the dark.
Sing me through the dark.
The guitar falls quiet. The room turns thin.
Jukebox clicks off,
And the night closes in. that you rode since 1943. The sun burned off my shadow first, then worked its way through me. They found my truck outside Laredo with the engine running still. The heat just reached inside my chest and settled in to kill. Texas heat takes what it's owed. Doesn't matter how far you run or how you carried your load. It finds you on the flatland, finds you on the hill. Texas heat takes what it's owed, and it's collecting still. My boots left prints in cracked black mud along the Pecos shore. I had a deed, I had a name, I had a woman, had more. The thermometer hit 112 the August that I fell. Now I walk the burning Caliph like the anteroom of hell. Texas heat takes what it's owed. Doesn't matter how far you run or how you carried your load. It finds you on the flatland, finds you on the hill. Texas heat takes what it's owed, and it's collecting still. The rattlesnake won't cross my path, the coyote gives me ground. The living men in Presidio don't look when I come around. I used to fear what waited past the last mile of that road, but the heat already took the worst. Now I carry what I'm owed. Texas heat takes what it's owed. Doesn't matter how far you run or how you carried your load. It finds you on the flatland, finds you on the hill. Texas heat takes what it's owed, and it's collecting still. So if you see the shimmer rising off the summer asphalt black, that ain't a mirage wavering, that's me, and I ain't going back. I paid the debt in full with flesh, I paid it down to bone. Now I walk this burning highway like a man who finally owns his own. I sat down at this table 40 years ago, spread my cards out wide beneath the chandelier. The devil dealt me aces, let me think I'd won. Then he smiled and said, "You're staying here, I fear." Red curtains catching shadows of the men I beat. like flowers in the velvet cloth. I poured another bourbon, heard the piano moan, a dead man's song still burning like a moth. You can't cash out when the house belongs to hell. You can't walk free when your boots are rooted deep. The Lone Star burns above me like a crooked eye, and the only hand worth playing is the one you keep. A scar above my wrist, where the blade convinced me gambling was my blood. The train outside went screaming through the border dark, and carried off the name I had before the flood. Now every night a stranger sits across from me. He's got the nerve, he thinks he's sharp and clean. I'll lay my bones down easy, turn my last card face, and show him what it costs to play between. You can't cash out when the house belongs to hell. You can't walk free when your boots are rooted deep. The Lone Star burns above me like a crooked eye, and the only hand worth playing is the one you keep. The piano man stopped practicing around 3 a.m. The bourbon glass is empty, but it fills again. I straighten up my duster, tip my hat to none. I am the table, I am the house, I am the end. I walked into the Sulphur Spring saloon at 10:30. The barman had no face, anyway. A stranger in a black hat sat where no man sat back then. He tapped the bar with bone-white fingers, said he'd come to stay. He said he'd watched me work the oil fields 40 years or more, had seen me bleed on rigs from Odessa down to Del Rio. Said every man who draws his breath owes something at the door. I told him I already paid and watched his cold eyes glow. The devil poured himself a seat right next to mine tonight. He said the tab is running, son, and daylight ain't your friend. But I've been dead since '73, and I've outlasted night. I pushed his glass back across the bar and told him try again. He laughed the way a canyon laughs when thunder rolls on through. Said no one walks from Sulphur Springs without he gets his due. I pulled my hat down, cracked my knuckles, let him see the grin of a man who burned in Texas heat and walked back out of it. The devil poured himself a seat, but I had both boots on the floor. You can own the dark, old man, but you don't own me no more. Made of smoke, my boots hit the floor, but they never left tracks. The barkeep went pale when I hung up my coat. He'd seen me before and he wasn't coming back. The devil set up at the corner table there, a deck of cards fanned out like a black iron wing. I pulled up my chair with the dust in my hair, said I got nothing to lose and I'll bet everything. The devil owes me a drink, I paid every toll, I've crossed every river, and I burned every road. I sat at his table, and I wagered my soul, and I won it back twice. just to lighten the load. He played the queen of spades and I played the bone. The night stretched out long like a West Texas mile. I laughed when he folded and I laughed alone, and I walked out that door with a slow, knowing smile. The devil owes me a drink. I paid every toll. I've crossed every river and I burned every road. I sat at his table and I wagered my soul, and I wanted back twice just to lighten the load. Now the neon burns blue where the shiner sign glows, and the whiskey pours cold like a sin I don't feel. Every gambler in Texas will fold when I show, but the devil keeps dealing, and I keep the deal. The devil owes me a drink. I paid every toll. I've crossed every river and I burned every road. I sat at his table and I wagered my soul. I rode the Southern Pacific out of Laredo at dawn. 40 years of breathing and then 40 years gone. The conductor don't see me when I take my usual seat. Just a dead man heading nowhere with the rhythm of the beat. Roll on, iron wheels on iron track. Every mile I put behind me is a mile I can't go back. But I'm moving through the darkness with my boots still on my feet. Just a ghost on the freight train, and I will not accept defeat. Passed through San Antonio when the noon sun hit the steel. Saw my reflection in the window, nothing there to feel. But my fingers found the armrest and my spine sat up straight. A dead man still has somewhere to be. A dead man don't run late. Roll on, iron wheels on iron track. Every mile I put behind me is a mile I can't go back. But I'm moving through the darkness with my boots still on my feet. Just a ghost on the freight train, and I will not accept defeat. The oil fields burned at sunset like the whole world caught on fire. Seen that orange sky 100 times, it never seems to tire. Somewhere outside Houston, there's a woman with my name written in the courthouse dirt. I'm riding all the same. Roll on, iron wheels on on track. Every mile I put behind me is a mile I can't go back. But I'm moving through the darkness with my boots still on my feet. Just a ghost on the freight train, and I will not accept defeat. This train don't stop for living men, and it don't stop for dead. I got bone dust on my collar and clear eye in my head. You can bury a man in Texas soil and think the story's through, but the freight keeps rolling, brother, and so do I, and so do you. Thunder on the roof, glass in the dark. Strings wake up like a lion in the ark. I walked in alone to that ghost whiskey bar. Boots full of mud
and my hands full of scars.
Lightning split the window, showed faces in the stain. Rain in the bottle, rain in the name. Spilled a whiskey on the wood, made a river on the floor. Lost souls in the mirror,
kept coming back for more.
I said, who are you now?
The room said my sin. Then the storm swung hard and the night caved in.
Ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar.
Pour me one more.
Ghost whiskey bar.
Ghost whiskey bar
I can't stay clean
in that black rain,
in that broken dream. The bass came thumping,
like a heart in the dirt,
low and patient.
pulling at my hurt.
A woman in the rafters,
Cold as church bells ring,
she sang my name.
like a nail in a string.
Her breath on my neck was a winter prayer.
She said, boy, keep walking.
There's nothing here but air.
Thunder shook the frame,
The whole room leaned in,
my shadow on the wall.
looked ready to sin.
I held that glass
Like a,
dying spark,
then the storm lit up.
every wound in the dark.
Ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar.
Pour me one more.
Ghost whiskey bar.
Ghost whiskey bar
I can't stay clean
in that black rain. You came back the same.
I turned for the door,
but the door was gone. Just a wash of thunder and a crooked old song. Ghost whiskey bar,
ghost whiskey bar,
ghost whiskey bar.
pour me one more,
Pour me one more.
ghost whiskey bar. Stay clean
in that black rain and that broken dream. Storm and guitar
burn down slow,
only quiet rain where I used to go.
I came up from the Permian dust in 1943. Drove a rusted Ford to Amarillo, hell on every side of me. The panhandle wind cut through me like a razor through a prayer. Now I walk these roads at 2 a.m. and nobody knows I'm there. I wear this Lone Star on my ribs like a brand that never heals. Every mile of Texas highway is a scar that won't be sealed. I've been moving since the night I died, and I ain't stopping now. The road keeps pulling something out of me I never did allow. Across the Cap Rock at high thunder, with the devil at my back, he offered me a soft place down, but I stayed on the track. A man who quits the highway is a man already gone. So I pressed my boot into the gravel and I kept on moving on. I wear this Lone Star on my ribs like a brand that never heals. Every mile of Texas highway is a scar that won't be sealed. I've been moving since the night I died, and I ain't stopping now. The road keeps pulling something out of me I never did allow. They'll find no grave between here and the Rio Grande for me. Just tire tracks and a cold wind where a dead man used to be. But somewhere past that flat horizon, where the black sky meets the plain, there's a road that keeps on going, and I am going down that lane. Thunder on the roof, glass in the dark. Strings wake up like a line in the arc. Walked in alone to that ghost whiskey bar. Boots full of mud and my hands full of scars. Lightning split the window, showed faces in the stain. Rain in the bottle, rain in the name. Spilled whiskey on the wood, made a river on the floor. Lost souls in the mirror, kept coming back for more. I said, who are you now? The room said, my sin. Then the storm swung hard and the night caved in. Ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar. Pour me one more. Ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar. I can't stay clean in that black rain and that broken dream. Came thumping like a heart in the dirt, low and patient pulling at my hurt. A woman in the rafters cold as church bells ring. She sang my name like a nail in a string. Her breath on my neck was a winter prayer. She said, boy, keep walking, there's nothing here but air. Thunder shook the frame, the whole room leaned in. My shadow on the wall looked ready to sin. Every wound in the dark. Ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar. Pour me one more. Ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar. I can't stay clean in that black rain, broken dream. Hush now, the rain knows your name. Hush now, you came back the same. I turned for the door, but the door was gone. Just a wash of thunder, whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar. Pour me one more. Ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar, ghost whiskey bar. I can't stay clean in that black rain and that broken dream. Storm and guitar burn down slow, only quiet rain where I used to go. beneath 100 other names that came before. The devil hands me back my guitar every Sunday, then takes my soul again at midnight on the floor. I bleed the blues through fingers made of river iron. The strings don't know the difference, live or gone. Every note I play is something I still owe him, but I keep on playing, 'cause the song must carry on. He said, "You'll never leave this earth till I release you." I said, "The day I beg you, hell can freeze." I tuned that battered Stratocaster to the storm wind and played until the neon bent down on its knees. The audience is empty, but the room is never silent. The bourbon keeps a steady amber glow. I've been dead so long, the living think I'm a legend, but legends don't feel pain like this, I know. I bleed the blues through fingers made of river iron. The strings don't know the difference, live or gone. Every note I play is something I still owe him, but I keep on playing, 'cause the song must carry on. The devil standing in the doorway with his ledger. He's waited 30 years to close my tab. I hit one final chord that shook the walls to gravel, and walked straight past him like I owned the slab. Sharp coat of rain on the window pane. Get me a chair where the shadows hang. Guitar snaps like a match in the dark. Bass come crawling with a heavy heart. I rolled in thin on a borrowed name, with a pocket full of rust and a mean little flame. 3 old dice in a tobacco tin. Tell me who gets out, who gets dragged back in. Thunder bit hard through the busted frame. She said, "Boy, your luck don't know your name.
Dealer grinned like he seen my end. I kissed that edge and I rolled again. Roll dice, roll, take my soul. Roll dice, roll, I let fate hold me. Roll dice, roll, down I go. Roll dice, roll, if it wants me. At the far end table, the clock leaned low, one eye half shut in the amber glow. A man lost 3 times in a row that night, still smiled like a rat in a church-side fight. I heard boots drag by the screen door crack, heard the wind say, boy, don't look back. But the cup came down and the number burned. Every hard-won scar was a lesson unlearned. The room got cold in a human way, like every old mistake had come to stay. And just behind my shoulder, soft and thin, a woman's breath said, let him win. Roll dice, roll, take my soul. Roll dice, roll, I let fate hold me. Roll dice, roll, down I go. Roll dice, roll, if it wants me. Lightning split the beer-stained glass. I saw my past in a fastback flash. Every friend I buried, every lie I sold, all came rattling up from the floorboards cold. Then that ghost voice rode the brim of the night. One more turn and you'll see the light. I shook the tin, let the number fly, and the whole damn bar held its breath inside. Roll dice, roll, take my soul. Roll dice, roll, I let fate hold me. Roll dice, roll, down I go. Roll dice, roll, if it wants me, if it wants me. Roll dice, roll, roll dice, roll. Clap on wood, low and slow. A lone glass set down on a dusty table.
Found it in the back of a Blue Mountain bar. 88 keys, black as crude. The stew was warm like someone left in a hurry. The bourbon still wet from a man with no shoes. I sat down slow, and my fingers remembered notes I never learned when I was alive. The red curtains moved, though there was no window. Something in the wall said, keep playing and drive. The devil don't own starts to feel real. The neon outside through a red Texas shadow, across every face at the tables and bar. They leaned in close, like the music was pulling them back from wherever their broken lives are. I played until morning, swallowed the darkness. The last honest note hung like smoke in the air. They found the stool empty when daylight came calling, but something was different. You could feel it in there. The devil don't own what he can't understand. A dead man's music outlasts any deal. I play through the dark with these bone-white hands, and everything I lost starts to feel real. Door like thunder on concrete. The highway's still wide and the sky burning blue. You can't kill a man who already died for the music. The song just keeps going, and so do you. The glass goes cold in my hand. A blue hour stain on the wall. Oh, guitar fingers the dark, while the dead lean into the hall.
I sat where the jukebox died, in the corner booth by the stain. My memories came in slow, like boots in an April rain. Empty seats kept their secrets. Every crack in the wood knew my name. And the ghosts in the booth beside me kept smiling like they were to blame.
like a heartbeat
under the dust.
Her voice came thin through the smoke,
Soft as rust on rust. She sang from behind my shoulder like a lantern under the skin. Said you ain't the first man broken, and you won't be the last one in. Blue memory, blue memory. Don't leave me here alone. Blue memory, blue memory. Take me where I've known. The boots held hands with the shadows. The mirror wore tired eyes. My raspy prayer hit the rafters and came back in her disguise. Every night kept its old religion, and the ghosts all knew the tune. Blue memory, blue memory. Don't leave me here alone. Blue memory, blue memory, blue memory. Take me where I've known.
Guitar fades down the hallway,
Blue silence settles in,
and the empty bar
keeps breathing like it never lost a friend.
They hung a clock above the gate in 1943. The hand stopped cold the morning that they buried what was me. I still pace the yard when midnight settles hard and deep. The warden's ghost won't look my way, the guards have gone to sleep. I walk the wall, I walk the wire, I walk the burning ground. My boots hit stone but make no echo, make no living sound. The sins sit forever, but forever's got an end. I'm still here counting days that don't come back again. She drove 300 miles to tell me she was gone. Left a folded note, a photograph, and then erase the skin. Down the paper is a part of me, and she can't burn it thin. I walk the wall, I walk the wire, I walk the burning ground. My boots hit stone but make no echo, make no living sound. The sentence said forever, but forever's got an end. I'm still here counting days that don't come back again. There's a new man in my cell who thinks that he's alone. He talks to walls and doesn't know the walls talk back in bone. I told him through the plaster, boy, you do your time and go. Don't let this ground decide for you what your soul's owed to owe. I walk the wall, I walk the wire, I walk the burning ground. My boots hit stone but make no echo, make no living sound. The sentence said forever, but forever's got an end. I'm still here counting days, and I am coming to an end. I rode out of Abilene before the war was done. My duster black as midnight, my spurs still shine like sun. They buried me in Calashee, east of Sweetwater town. But Kalish don't hold cowboys when there's unfinished ground. The Yano wind keeps calling me by name. I pull my hat down harder and I ride into the flame. Every mile I cover, I'm more alive than dead. The Yano wind keeps calling me by name. Still saddled, had a fence post made of rust. His eyes burned blue as propane through the cedar and the dust. We don't stop for daylight, we don't stop for rain. A dead man on a live horse is the fastest thing on the plain. The Yano wind keeps calling me by name. I pull my hat down harder Jersey saw me cross at noon, a skeleton in a black coat underneath a bone-white moon. He tried to flag me over, but I had no time to spare. There's a dead old out past Midland, and I'm gonna collect it there. The Yano wind keeps calling me by name. I pull my hat down harder, and I ride into the flame. Every mile I cover, I am more alive than dead. The Yano wind keeps calling me by name. The cedar smoke is rising, and the sun is going red. And everything that's living out here knows about the dead. You can hear the hoofbeats coming when the West Texas wind drops low. A bone-white horse and rider, and they're never riding slow. Tick, tick on the wall, no one answers back. Long black road in my chest, and the room stays cracked. I told my sins to the Texas wind. It took them north and came back thin. Dust on the Bible, ash on my skin.
I keep my grief where the light can't win.
My daddy's watch quit 10 years gone. Still it talks when the house is gone. One hand frozen on a broken dawn.
I hear it more when the night rolls on.
If you hear me,
Don't call my name.
I'm half a man and half a flame.
I walk through smoke to learn my shame.
Now every road ends just the same. Ghost bar, ghost bar, I can't leave this bar.
Ghost bar, ghost bar.
I'll wear these scars. Brushed up dust in an upright hum.
Your empty glass got me numb.
I kept your letter in my coat.
Read it once, then I let it go.
The moon came low like a silver knife.
Cut the dark right out of my life.
You were a prayer I never made.
Now I'm a shadow that prayer gave.
If you hear
Hear me, don't call my name.
I'm half a man, half a flame.
I walk through smoke to learn my shame.
Now every road ends just the same.
Come on back to the place we knew. Come on back, but the door won't move. Ghost bar,
I can't leave this bar.
ghost bar.
I'll wear these scars.
Tick, tick, fades in the dark.
Strings of silence cut my heart.
That last chord drifts out of sight.
And I tonight. Across the Rio Grande at 2:45. Dust on my boots and a debt I can't clear. The federalists found my shadow but never found me. I've been dead since Tuesday, still drinking down here. The cantina on a pause for a man with no face. He don't ask my name and I don't offer one. There's a woman in red at the end of the place. She's been waiting on a man who will never be done. I left my bones in a field outside Laredo. Somebody's dog dragged the last of me off, but my ghost rides the border like a black tornado. Ain't no river wide enough to make me stop. To every hard mile that I carried and won. The border don't forgive you, but it keeps you upright. And a dead man still moving ain't never been done. I poured my last good years into a glass, watched them sink like stones in a muddy creek. The bartender knows my face from lifetimes past. He don't ask questions and I don't speak. The river took my name somewhere downstream, left me standing in the mud and the dark. I followed every highway, every broken dream. Now I haul my bones from spot to spot. Whiskey River wrote my epitaph, carved it deep in limestone and in sand. I water and I crossed the map. A dead man still with a whiskey in his hand. The shiny sign burns red above the door. Blue flames running up and down my spine. I've been haunting this same stretch of Texas shore since before the railroad laid its line. 3 men tried to take what I was owed. Found them floating somewhere past the dam. I don't carry grudges on this ghost road. I just am exactly what I am. Whiskey River wrote my epitaph, carved it deep in limestone and in sand. I crossed the water and I crossed the map. A dead man still with a whiskey in his hand. Oh. Is a dangerous thing. Watch me rise up when the night train calls. Got blue fire running through me like a king, and I don't stop for rivers, dams, or walls. Dust on the counter, old glass hovering, boot marks by the door, like somebody left a sin. I keep my voice low. I keep my hands still. This place knows my name, and the night knows the chill.
Got tired long before I did. Pool balls in the corner like a secret under skin. Bottle cap shining near a cracked green tile. I seen men come and meet, then stay a little while. And the fan spun slow, like it had nowhere to go. I watched that dust pile up where the cold wind couldn't blow. Dust on the counter, dust on the counter. Names still hanging there. Dust on the counter, dust on the counter. Ain't nobody care.
Ain't chain behind the door.
I can feel the room getting sharp, getting thin.
Every shadow in the mirror wants to crawl back in.
She left a lipstick ghost on a chip red cup.
I tried to wash it gone, but the stain kept up.
So I stare at the stain,
and I let it stare back.
There's a whole lot of nothing
in this house of black.
Dust on the counter, dust on the counter. Name still hanging there. Dust on the counter, dust on the counter. Ain't nobody care.
Ain't nobody care.
Ain't nobody care.
I heard my own breath
In the slot machine hum,
heard the floorboards moan,
and the cold night come.
then a soft voice rolled
From the edge of the dark,
like a church bell cracked.
like a match in the park.
I didn't turn around.
I just let it pass.
Some goodbye stays like smoking glass. Dust on the counter,
Dust on the counter.
then nothing at all. Dust on the counter,
Dust on the counter.
gone into the wall. The Permian burned bright. I went down with the red on a Wednesday night. They pulled up iron, they pulled up chain. Never found my bones in that black terrain. I walked the Calashee roads when the roughnecks sleep. Every derrick lie is a promise I keep. The crew still runs where my blood ran first. I've been dead 30 years and I still got thirst. The oil field fire won't let me die. Burns too hot for heaven, too stubborn for goodbye. My boots hit the hard pan, my shadow falls long. West Texas took everything, made me twice as strong. Foreman said the well was safe, 4 men lied. I heard the purser singing just before I fried. But here I stand in the flare-stacked glow, moving through this wasteland that I used to know. I don't hunt from weakness, I hunt from will. The same damn force that drove the bit downhill. Every pump, jackknife and lie, it knows my name. I fed this ground my life, I came back to claim. The oil field fire won't let me die. Burns too hot for heaven, too stubborn for goodbye. My boots hit the hard pan, my shadow falls long. West Texas took everything, made me twice as strong. rise with every well that the dry holes won't. The fire is my heartbeat, the flare is my breath. I run these flats on the good side of death. You see that blue flame bending in the west wind's pull? That ain't gas burning off, that's me standing full. The oil field fire won't let me die. Burns too hot for heaven, too stubborn for goodbye. My boots hit the hard path, my shadow falls long. West Texas took everything, made me twice as strong. Old floorboards topple low, glass breath in the dark. A bent string moans through the hush of the bar. Came in late with the moon on my boots, saw empty stools lined up like truth. Half-filled glasses gone cold by dawn. Names on the smoke, but the owners moved on. I heard them drift where the barrel rings, soft in the corners where the silence sings. A man in the mirror with no place to stay, and a chain of regrets from another day. Ghost whiskey bar, keep my seat warm. Ghost whiskey bar, where the lost ones warm. There was a woman in blue by the dented sink. She never spoke, just watched me think. My hand shook once when the bottle breathed, like it knew my name from way beneath. Then the room went thin and the upright came in, pulsing like a heart under old dead skin. A pale little hum slid under my skin, and the whole back room leaned in again. Ghost whiskey bar, keep my seat warm. Ghost whiskey bar, where the lost ones walk. Footsteps cross the plank by the door. Not mine, not yours, not anymore. The wind turns round that broken frame and calls every soul by a different name. Guitar falls back, bass turns to dust, footsteps fade out, wind takes the rust.
Don't leave me here. Don't leave me here. I walk that hall of smoke with my boots full of rain. 3 last coins in my hand, and a name I won't say. The sign out front was busted, said the same thing all night. Just a dark little room and a hand-me-down light. Don't you leave me here. Don't you leave me here. I've been lost too long in a dead-end fear. He came in with a scarred-up grin and a glass full of burn. Said, boy, every hard road turns you back in the dirt. I saw lost nights in his face, seen in slow motion pain, like a church bell dragging through a cold front rain. Don't you leave me here. Don't you leave me here. I've been lost too long in a dead-end field. Grown my name as the room went thin. I reached for goodbye, but the dark reached in. That guitar line bends, then it slips from view. Just one more broken phrase, then the black pulls through.
They found my hat on the Brazos bank in '69. Boots still walking when they buried what was mine. I pulled the bar stool up and ordered what I always did. The barkeep poured without a word. He knew the game I lived. I am the one who doesn't fall, the one who doesn't bend. I walked through every Texas fire, and I walked out again. Pour the glass and let it burn. I've earned this right to stand. Death came swinging, missed his mark. I caught him with one hand. The old men came and took the land, and took the names we knew. Left nothing but callous dust, and sky that bled blue. I worked those fields till every bone was salted down and dry. But here I am at closing time, and I don't know how to die. I am the one who doesn't fall, the one who doesn't bend. I walked through every Texas fire, and I walked out again. Pour the glass and let it burn. I've earned this right to stand. Death came swinging, missed his mark. I caught him with one hand. The jukebox plays a song that no one living knows the words. The neon hums a frequency that only the dead have heard. Every ghost between the Pecos and the Sabine knows my name. I built this bar from borrowed time, and I am glad I came. I am the one who doesn't fall, the one who doesn't bend. I walked through every Texas fire, and I walked out again. Pour the glass and let it burn. I've earned this right to stand. Death came swinging, missed his mark, and I'll catch him again. They torched the last good honky-tonk in 1953. Left nothing but the neon sign and the smell of cedar smoke. I watched it burn from the parking lot. The flames look good to me. A skeleton don't fear the fire, boys. That's just an old joke. I've been standing on this corner since before your daddy's time, when the jukebox played and the whiskey flowed and name. Now the parking lot is a dollar store, and the road's got a yellow line. But I'm still here in my duster coat, and my boots burn just the same. The last good honky-tonk is gone, but I am not. The fire took the wood and glass, but couldn't take this soul. Some men die and turn to dust. I turn to something hot, a blue flame walking Texas roads that never will grow cold. They built a church where the dance floor was, said it was God's will. Put carpet over the beer-soaked boards where Jimmy Reed once played. I stood outside on Sunday morning, standing completely still. A ghost can clap on the backbeat too. I never missed a shade. The last good honky-tonk is gone, but I am not. The fire took the wood and glass, but couldn't take this soul. Some men die and turn to dust. I turn to something hot, a blue flame walking Texas roads that never will grow cold. You think the darkness wins because it burns the good things down. You think the story ends when all the landmarks disappear. But I've been every road between Beaumont and this town, and every road I walk on, son, the blue still rings out clear. The last good honky-tonk is gone, but I am not. The fire took the wood and glass, but couldn't take this soul. Some men die and turn to dust. I turn to something hot, a blue flame walking Texas roads that never will grow cold. I wrote a name in chalk at the crossroads fork, 3 miles east of Abilene, dead July. Sealed it with a bone ring and a cork, tucked it where the cedar roots run dry. That letter's been sitting 20 years in dirt, my handwriting fading, but the words don't move. I told her everything a man won't say until it hurts. Now the ground's the only one who knows the proof. I keep driving Highway 84 through the dark, fingers on the wheel where the rain used to be. Every mile I cross that crossroads leaves a mark. Ain't running from the truth, I'm just running free. The letter says come back, says I understand, says I built this fire, but I'll take the burn. Says I crossed the whole Llano with a skeleton hand, but paper in the ground, don't expect return. Some weight you carry till the wheels go cold. Some words you write and drive away and stay. I'm not broken, friend, I'm weathered indigo. The crossroads holds my letter, I hold the day. I lost my name on a Tuesday in Abilene, stacking my soul against a stranger's card. He wore a smile like something in between, a man who's lived and one who's lived too hard. I laid my bones across that velvet table, pushing my last good years into the pot. He said, son, I'll take whatever you are able. I said, brother, take the whole damn lot. The red curtains never moved that evening. Stood untouched beside my hand. I could feel the floorboards underneath me breathing, like this crooked house was built on haunted land. Dead man's marker on the gambling house wall, my name in chalk that nobody can read. I lost everything, but I'm still standing tall. A ghost with nothing left is finally free. The floor when all the tables empty, the piano player gone, the neon dim. My debts are settled and my pocket's plenty. I wanted back the night the lights went thin. Dead man's marker on the gambling house wall, my name in chalk that nobody can read. I lost everything, but I'm still standing tall. A ghost with nothing left is finally free. mesquite wind still. Something, oh, walk with me over that Calachee Hill. I don't bleed, I don't sleep, I don't stop for the dawn. I've been riding this highway since the good years were gone. The living step aside when they hear my spurs ring. Even shadows know better than to touch this dead thing. A rancher in Sanderson left his porch light on. By morning that light and his cattle were gone. I didn't take nothing that wasn't already mine. Every soul on this road crossed my territory line. I don't bleed, I don't sleep, I don't stop for the dawn. I've been riding this highway since the good years were gone. The living step aside when they hear my spurs ring. Even shadows know better than to touch this dead thing. At the mile marker there, with flowers that wilted in the hot desert air. The name on that cross is the name that I wore before I made bargains that opened this door. I don't bleed, I don't sleep, I don't stop for the dawn. I've been riding this highway since the good years were gone. The living step aside when they hear my spurs ring. Even shadows know better than to touch this dead thing. The Pecos runs red when I come back this way, and every dead star over Texas still burns for the day. I walk through the fire, I walk through the cold. There's nothing left standing that this road hasn't known. 3 in the morning at the Beaumont yard. The rail tie's black and slick with the rain. I've been walking these tracks since God knows when. Same boots, same coat, same iron chain. The switchman saw me, turned and ran. Left his lantern swinging in the cold. Some men are scared of what won't die. Me, I'm scared of getting old. I shook hands with the devil in Amarillo. He told me I'd be free by dawn. That was 1940-something, friend, and I'm still here. Dawn keeps coming on. Still here, still moving down the line. The freight cars roll and I keep pace. Every conductor knows a story now. The freight yard devil knows my face. The locomotive screams through Junction City. I feel the wind cut through my chest. These bones been riding every Texas railroad, never sleeping, never getting rest. I've crossed the Pecos 30 times in darkness. I watched Laredo turn to dust and rise. A man who cannot die still has to move. So I keep stepping under open skies. I shook hands with the devil in Amarillo. He told me I'd be free by dawn. That was 1940 something, friend, and I'm still here, and dawn keeps coming on. Still here, still moving down the line. The freight cars roll and I keep pace. Every conductor knows the story now. The freight yard devil knows my face. They'll find my boot prints past the water tower, pressed deep in the mud and gone by 10. You can't track a man who walks through everything. You sure as hell can't stop him coming again. Still here, still moving down the line. The freight cars roll and I keep pace. Every conductor knows the story now. The freight yard devil knows my face. Into this roadhouse 40 years ago, hung my coat on a hook that nobody claimed. The bartender is dust and the jukebox is slow, but the Lone Star still blinks out my name. Found the floorboards before the walls fell in. I outlasted the music, outlasted the crowd. The last man who knew me was my own next of kin, and he's under the black Texas ground. I don't haunt this place haunts me. Every cracked mirror shows what I used to be, but the neon still glows and my hands still are steady. The darkness is coming and I am already ready. The whiskey pours cold, but it burns going down, like a woman who left without turning around. I watched 3 generations roll through that door. I'm the only one left who knows what this floor is for. Bone fingers on the bar, shiner glass in my hand. I made my deal standing on sanctified sand. The devil got nothing he didn't already own. A man who won't die can't go home. I don't haunt this place but the neon still glows and my hands still are steady. The darkness is coming and I am already ready. Tear down these walls when the county says so. Bulldozers and concrete where the blue flames go. But something will linger in the Calachi dust, a skeleton cowboy who outlasted the rust. I don't haunt this place haunts me. Every cracked mirror shows what I used to be. The neon still burns and my boots still are moving. I'm done with the grieving and deep in the grooving. Glass on wood in the dark, saints in the stained glass stare, warm string burn on the wall while the whole room holds its prayer.
He blesses every glass with a thumb and a nod, for the men with no home and the girls gone odd.
He says, drink slow, son, let the hurt sit down. His hands know the weight of this old worn town. Bless this glass tonight. Bless this glass tonight.
For the lost and the lonely,
He keeps the light alive. Bless this glass tonight. Bless this glass tonight.
saints in the window, watch us close our eyes.
The bass rolls low
Like a train in the floor,
a woman by the jukebox.
don't sing here no more.
But her ghost joins soft
On the edge of the refrain,
and the bartender smiles
at the shape of her name.
Bless this glass tonight. Bless this glass tonight.
For the lost and the lonely,
He keeps the light alive.
bless this glass tonight.
Bless this glass tonight.
watch us close our eyes.
Bow your head,
Let the bottle rest.
every soul in here.
Pour a hard day's chest
One more pour,
for the ones not here.
then the room goes still.
Like a river
Bless this glass
tonight.
Bless this glass tonight.
For the lost and the lonely.
He keeps the light alive.
Bless this glass tonight.
Bless this glass tonight.
Saints in the window, watch us close our eyes.
Final pour on the wood.
Guitar fades into sight.
Bowed head, soft and low.
In the last good